There we go.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sully squad. It's football season, baby. 1-0. Big win yesterday against Detroit. So we got a lot to get into. We got the regular crew here. So let's just get into it here. Eagles with a big win. Little too close for comfort at the end, but let's get everybody's perspective on the game. So I got my usual cast. I got my man Sean Killer Kilrain to my left.
What's up, fellas? What's up, everybody?
Euro Paul in the top right.
What's up, y'all?
And I got my man, Mr. 6 for 6, Mr. The Hammer, Diego Bianchi. What's that? What's that? A Wilbur Montgomery, John?
Yeah.
I like that, dude.
Yeah. Like it.
That's
I like that. So what was your I guess what was your perspective? What was your perspective on the game? Obviously a win is a win, and now modern day NFL with nobody playing, nobody plays preseason anymore. You know what I'm saying? So these games are almost kind of like I want to say kind of glorified preseason games. What do you know what I mean?
Well, I would say, I feel like that's why the defense looked so lackluster in the second half. Because, all right, they had a bad first drive. Then they tightened up. They tightened up after that first drive for a while. But you're not playing preseason. I feel like your conditioning's not there 100%. Yeah. It kind of looked that way in the second half. That's what it looked like to me. Plus, I don't know why Gannon was dropping sweat in the coverage and not letting Hassan Reddick put his hand in the ground and not blitzing a little more. But besides that, I feel like a lot of it could be attributed to their fatigue a little bit, maybe getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I hear you, Paul. What Paul? I mean, by the way, so me and Paul, I mean, we had a great day. We got to go down and walk on the field. We got to go in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? It's
the Super Bowl trophy.
Saw the Super Bowl trophy. Yeah, so it was really cool out down there. So props to the Eagles for that outing. But Paul, I want to get your perspective. But real quick, let me just get a couple comments here. We got our man Chris Rapizzi. What's up, Chris? How you doing,
Chris?
bro? He said, "Do you guys hear Derek Barnett is out for the season?"
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Who cares?
I hate to see anybody get hurt, but
me too. But he those 2 sacks he gave us last year, someone else will get them this year, so I'm not worried about it.
But our defense is like a revolving door. Obviously, he gets hurt, next man up, whether it could be Patrick Johnson, Kyron Johnson, or even Milton Williams. Who knows? But the defensive line, like Joey said, is stacked up front. So I'm not concerned about it, even though it sucks getting injured, but next man up, like I always say.
Yep. We're a little bit too stacked up front, I feel like. You know what I mean? Where Jordan Davis only played on 32% of the snaps. We need him to play.
What's up with that? Like, the rushing average when he was in was low, and then when they took him out, it was like over 10 yards per carry when they took him out. Like, why do you think they used him so little?
Well, I think he's a rookie.
I think they want to get him somewhat well conditioned.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you said, Diego, you just don't, and like you said, Paul, you just don't spend a first-round pick on the mammoth of a beast, 6'6", 340, whatever it may be. He has to play more in my eyes. Like back in the day, that's what the guys did. Yeah. How is he going to learn? How is he going to, motivate himself and get, ready for a game? Sitting his ass on the bench, he ain't going to cut it.
I agree 100%.
And
but it is the first game.
Yeah,
he is a big ass dude.
Yeah.
So like we said, let him get in the swing of things. And I mean, I feel like if we continue to rush, or if we continue to play the line of scrimmage the way we did yesterday against the run, you know what I mean? And Fletcher Cox and Hargraves, neither of them step up, he's going to have no choice. It's kind of like the same thing like a quarterback situation. Your hand's going to be pushed where you got to play him over one of these older guys. So maybe it's just a matter of, let's see if he can take the job from the 2 veterans. You know what I mean? Over the season,
just get him, put him in some kind of package. But something has to give. You got to, like I said before, you got to get him in there, man.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have Dalvin Cook coming in here on Monday night too. So that's going to be a big test too for us.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say, I'm looking Fletcher Cox. I mean, I barely even noticed him out there yesterday. You know what I mean? He had like 1 tackle, 1 assist.
Not only that,
he had half a sack.
Well, we had 0 sacks. We had
half a sack.
0 sacks. So
He had half a sack. He shared a sack with Brandon Graham.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
that was kind of like.
That was like a bad snap, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like,
that was a bad snap.
really...
That's not really a sack. We had 0 sacks from the line of scrimmage, legitimately. Yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. Fletcher Cox wasn't seen. Hargrave, nobody was seen besides Jordan Davis. He's the only one that was making an impact in the stat column. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how about the 2 new guys setting up for that?
Bradbury and Jacoby Dean and Kizir White. Yeah, the 2 new guys. They held their own. Yeah. I mean,
honestly, I don't think Gannon has a clue.
You know what, man? I know it's a week 1 first game. I'm often questioned, just like yesterday with the defense. Why aren't these young guys that we drafted getting in? And even like Joey said with Hassan Reddick should be standing up, licking his chops, and boom, just like he did. Balls out, going to get the quarterback.
He was barely seen yesterday too.
Yeah,
exactly. Second drive, it was like 3rd and long. He brought the house on the second. He brought the house, and bang, we got him right out, 3 and out, got the ball back, scored another touchdown. He didn't go back to that all game. In any situation, there was no exotic blitzes. There's no pressure up front. Well, there's no pressure coming from your front 4. You got to get pressure to the quarterback. If you do, Kirk Cousins isn't great. You do that next week against Kirk Cousins. He stands there with Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's going to eat just like he did this week against Green Bay and Zaire Alexander.
Yeah,
I don't care who we throw at him. Bradbury, Darius Slay. He's going to eat against all of them if Kirk Cousins just stands in the pocket the way he did this week.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. And to get back to the defense, our own Al Safiri, you could check him out on Edge of Philly Sports. He says the D-line will get better. They were not game ready. Yeah. I agree with that because, you see that around the league. I mean, the Bears beat the 49ers and the Bears fucking blow. You know what I mean?
Then again, like I said, they started bad on that first drive, but the Eagles defense really tightened up for the remainder of that half.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it just had a really bad second half.
Yeah, we got our own
particularly in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
we got our own Pat Bernard checking in. What's up, fellas? Pat? What's up, Pat? How you doing? You check him out on Sunday mornings. He does the Gobbler Show. Maureen what's that say? Bednarzik. Hello, guys from Philadelphia. Thanks for checking in. We got our man Mike Laura. You can check him out on the Gobbler Show. Also on the Out of Box Network on Thursday nights. He does a great show, The Locker Room. Look at this guy. Let's go Mets. Hey,
Mets.
Hey, you know what, though?
How do you even got the balls to say that after these terrible years you have had? Let's go Mets.
You lost the division. You know the division is coming. Braves overtook you, man.
Hey, I give him credit for checking out the show, so thanks for watching, buddy. We got Rob Hefner. You could check him out. He does a great Raider show on Saturday nights on the Out of Box Network, 8 o'clock. So check him out. And then we got our man Fuji right here. What's up, Fuji? How you doing? What's good, fellas?
From Florida, man.
What's up, bro? How you doing? And man. So I just wanted to get some of those comments here, but yeah, I mean. Obviously we touched on the defense and, we could rip the shit out of Gannon. And believe me, I want to tar and feather Gannon because if the Eagles won by 4, I possibly would have $2,800 coming to me tonight. Cause I had a $15 parlay and I hit everything but the friggin' Eagles. As all I need was Denver. So I'm a little salty with my man, Jonathan Gannon.
I'll tell you one thing about defense though, who really one player that stood out to me. Obviously, our secondary played pretty well. Bradbury, but Zaire White, dude.
Yeah,
that guy, he's good.
Sideline to sideline.
I think it's only going to get better because he's back home. He wants to play for this team. He's on a 1-year contract and he's trying to get paid. I mean, I think sky's the limit. But Bradbury,
I haven't seen a linebacker for the Eagles. I haven't seen a linebacker for the Eagles be able to get sideline to sideline that in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely,
dude. That's the best linebacker we've had. That's the best linebacker we've had in years, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, everyone talks about we got to get a good linebacker core. That guy, if you got a linebacker that can cover sideline to sideline like that, it takes so much pressure off the other linebacker, like Bobby Wagner did for so many years.
That's your plug.
Yeah, he made immediate impact first game. Immediate impact he made.
It's just like if you got one great safety out there, you can deal with another safety because he makes up so much ground.
Everybody's going to feed off that. Once he's doing a good job, next man, everybody is. And then it's going to be lights out with this D. It's only going to get better. I
agree.
We got played by him yesterday, and we don't win this game.
Just like
because let's be real, the offense did their job, 38 points.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do that against a lot of teams a lot because A.J. Brown is a monster.
T.O.20.
T.O. I said to Joe, as soon as I seen him this morning, I was like, that felt like T.O. yesterday, dude. That's what it felt like. I was like, this was a monster.
He was relentless.
You see that nice pass? Hurts hit him on the sideline.
Jalen played great, too. Besides that 0-5 start on that first drive, Jalen did his thing, and Jalen still willed his way to a touchdown on the 0-5 drive where he couldn't complete a pass.
Yeah.
Right, so what's your opinion on Hurts' performance yesterday there, Diego?
I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. That's a lot better. That's the best grade I gave him out of the last 18 games.
Well, here we got to. I was going to say we got a comment here because first off, A.J. Brown, you're right. I mean, I thought I was watching T.O. up in there, so dude was dominant. I thought Jalen Hurts. I thought it was one of Jalen Hurts' best games. Honestly, like
I agree.
I watched Baldinger had a breakdown. And basically because it was one of the worst games our O-line's played in a long time. Like because sometimes Diego, like me, we talk about this all the time. There's times where we think that Hurts abandons, leaves the pocket too quick. Like
and
as
he
far
still
as
did.
like
And he still did sometimes.
But I thought Hurts had an excellent game. Now this comment here from Enterprise Sports, he said Hurts is not good enough. Hate to say it, but I really like him. I don't think you can. That may be the case, but I don't think yesterday is the game to say that because I honestly
I agree. Listen,
I thought he played great.
How much have I destroyed Jalen Hurts? Right? Yeah. That's the best game I watched him play. How am I going to destroy him today? I can't make that judgment off what I seen yesterday because if he can do that against the best defenses in the league, we can win every game. His legs are special. Like they're super elite. Special.
Yeah. They're elite.
He can complete.
He takes
He
care
went to Devontae Smith 4 times yesterday. They didn't even get no Devontae Smith yesterday.
Nah, he got 0 yards, nothing.
If he can put it together with Devontae Smith, he already has it together with A.J. Brown. That's his best friend. Goddard got some love. Miles Sanders ran pretty good. If he gets it together with Devontae Smith and can move the ball passing on both sides of the field, you know what I mean? Yesterday wouldn't have been a good indication to say he's not the guy. He scored 38 points for Christ's sake.
Well, I was going to say
31 points.
31.
Right. Chris Rapizzi here, he says, how do you think Smith feels no catches? I mean,
I know Hurts went up to him and said, hey, I feel you dog. He goes, I'll get you. You'll get yours, whatever. So
two of them passes were two of his 4 targets were Devontae Smith's fault. He didn't catch him.
Yeah.
The one he came back on Jalen Hurts actually made a really impressive ass throw. He's running to his left, throws back across his body to the sideline, and Devontae Smith just drops the ball.
Okuda was on Devontae. Okay.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, and then we got Matty B. Hurts is a joke. I love that. Hey, well, he didn't say fire Howie this time.
Listen, I'll give him Hurts as a joke. They played the Lions yesterday, so I'm not going to anoint Jalen Hurts anything. Nope. My opinion is I still think Jalen Hurts, I'm going to put him in the category as Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson if I had to, and they're never going to win a championship.
We're amazing, guys. But you know what? Back to the game.
I see what Matt's saying, though. He said he rushed 17 times.
You don't want your quarterback rushing 17 times a game, but yeah.
I agree there 100%. And you don't win that way. You don't win. That's what I mean. I put Jalen in the same category as Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson. Yeah. And to me, that's not good enough to win. They're the guys where a great defense takes their legs away, makes them beat them with their arm, and they can't. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. But, I mean, that's just where I put Hurts right now. That's the category I have him in right now.
Exactly. It's still early for him. I think he has so much time to shine. I mean, he wants to prove the naysayers wrong because he went out, worked on his mechanics, worked on his arm. I mean, just like you said, it's week 1, man. But come Monday night, we better bring our lunch, man, because I'm not taking the Vikings lightly, And
Vikings played great yesterday.
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson ate yesterday, man.
Yeah.
I agree with Matty B. Fire Gannon.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fire Gannon, baby.
I
Get
agree.
him the hell
This
out
guy's
of here.
clueless. He's clueless.
Don't agree with this
Shut
one.
up, Matt. Hey, Howie, what are you crazy?
Oh, it's great. You know what though? I give him props in the respect. I mean he sticks to his guns. That's for sure.
Nah, he didn't. AJ Brown didn't sign here. That wasn't how he's doing it all. You know what I mean? He's only the general manager.
Yeah, I mean, Enterprise Sports says Howie should be going still. We drafted Rager over Jefferson. Hey, I hate to say it. I mean, Howie made a lot of mistakes, but I disagree. I think overall Howie's doing a good job.
I'll tell you what. I back Howie all the time. Watching that Justin Jefferson game yesterday, I wanted to pull my hair out.
I know.
I wanted to pull my hair out. I was like, this might. All right, Cooper Kupp's great. This is the next 5 years, Cooper Kupp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6 years. He's going to dominate this league. It's unbelievable watching him play. He's unreal.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday really made me like, fuck Howie Roseman. Damn. You know what I mean? I'm back on him, but Jesus Christ. How did you miss on that?
Yo, easy there. I
See, you're coming over to the Matty. You're coming over to Matty B. Matty B's thinking and Enterprise Sports thinking. You know what I mean?
For a second, I did yesterday. I swear, for a second, I did. But I was like, then I was like, it's all right. AJ Brown's going for 155 right now, so like it eased it a little bit, but still, damn.
AJ Brown straight up getting his TO on, man. Like you said, man. I mean, like, dude, like that's the thing that's so great. Like, and you know, Jalen Hurts needs to really work on his passing, but I mean, you know, AJ Brown will straight up and get that, John. You know what I mean? But Chris Rapizzi here, he goes Hurts or Jimmy G. I gotta go Hurts over Jimmy G, bro.
Well, I'll tell you what. I won't be surprised if the 49ers deal Jimmy G to the Cowboys at this point.
I don't know if they have the cap space though.
No.
Yeah,
Jimmy
I
G.
don't think they're gonna roll with the backup, man. I don't know, for 6-8 weeks.
I think honestly, I think the Cowboys just go with their backup and see what happens, and maybe they just kind of write off. I mean, they may just not write off the season, but like kind of just see where they're at, because what are you going to do? First off, 49ers, obviously San Francisco and Dallas, they're not in the same division, but they've always had a rivalry. Yeah. So if I'm San Francisco, I'm like, fuck you guys. Yo, you want Jimmy G? You are friggin' you're giving me at least a second round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Very quarterback rich.
There's the answer.
Yeah.
Carson Strong will sign with Dallas and make us pay. Bank on it. The legend of Carson Strong is coming.
Yeah, make us pay his guaranteed money that we have to give him before he leaves the league in a year.
Yeah, no, right? that was baffling to me. I don't understand that one, but
Carson Strong.
And Pat Bernard in a line at Disney World with a lot of people watching the hottest Philly sports podcast. Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Enjoy that ride.
Yeah, enjoy that ride. Let's see here. We got my man Rob Cannon should have been dropped off in the worst section of the Detroit, then fired. I was pissed off yesterday with that fucker. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, my man keeps it real, so, if you want some straight up, if you want some keeping it real sports talk about the Raiders or whatever, or Vegas, check my man out, because he brings the fire.
I bet he's got a lot of shit to say today, because the Chargers put it on him yesterday.
They did. The Raiders offensive line, they look like bullfighters out there. Like, yo, go ahead. You know what? You know what? The Raiders O-line should have what's the song with Edwin Diaz where they play the trumpet?
Oh, the Narco song.
That's like the fucking Raiders song. Yo, that's like the Raiders O-line, bro. They play that, John, and the Chargers go right in on Carr.
Yeah, they sucked. But
we got
tough division for the Raiders this year, man.
Yeah.
Brown by far.
Oh yeah, AJ Brown will sell more than Wentz. AJ Brown looks great.
Yeah.
What number will sell more? I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people bought Wentz jerseys. Is that what we're talking about? Jerseys
on the clearance rack.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's true. There was tons of Wentz jerseys when Wentz was here. That's true. But I think though, let's keep it real.
Someone yesterday at the game had a Wentz jersey on, and he put tape over Wentz and put Brown.
I'm pretty sure I recall when Wentz was like in the midst of that MVP 12 games. His jersey was like the highest selling jersey in the league. behind Tom Brady's. Obviously, Brady's was first, but I'm pretty sure he had the second highest selling jersey in the league. Everyone thought it was the next best quarterback ever. We ended up with a guy who tried to get out of here. Unbelievable.
Since you said that, I think top 3 jersey. Yeah, really.
Yeah, it was up there. So
yeah,
he was. Hey,
I don't know if AJ Brown's not top 3 selling jersey right now in the NFL. So if I had to honestly answer that question, no, AJ Brown's not going to sell more jerseys than Carson Wentz.
Nah, you're probably right. Scott Shell, hey, what's up, Scott? How you doing? Thanks for checking in. And of course, Mike Lauro, Pat's riding Goofy.
Yeah.
And of course, we never can get through a show without Pat with the wiener jokes. Tons of good wieners to enjoy down here.
We're talking Eagles, bro.
We're talking Eagles.
Stuff.
I don't know. You start mentioning wieners and stuff, and Pat gets excited, But nah, man. So, I was impressed with Hurts's performance. Overall, you know what? Here's another one here. What did you guys think of the running game? Because I thought a pleasant surprise to me was, Miles Sanders ran with he ran hard and he ran with some serious balls.
I told you so. Miles Sanders is going to have a big year this year if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he averaged 7.4 yards a carry. So, he's definitely having.
How about that run to seal the game, though, where he runs right into the back of the line, you know what I'm saying? Uses his lineman a little bit, bounces out, finds the hole, end the game. Game's over.
Yeah, and like you said, like the other one, Miles Sanders, 13 carries, 96 yards. Dude, he actually scored a touchdown. He didn't score a touchdown. I had him in fantasy last year. I'm in a touchdown-only league, and I traded Miles Sanders because he didn't do shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he didn't score.
13 rushes,
he scored
yards, average 7.4
7.4, yeah. So, I mean, that was key.
I mean, all the running backs got love, but he's in a contract year. I just, like I said to you before, I just don't like his running style, but that's just me. I mean,
do you think the Eagles ultimately resign him at the end of the year to let him go?
It depends on his performance, but if he keeps on having a performance like yesterday, there's a possibility to resign him. But I want to see this Trey Turner, like I was telling Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon, yeah.
Trey Sermon. I want to see him get involved. I want to see everybody get involved, man, because it's exciting.
I think they run Miles into the ground this year and let him go.
Yeah, well, you
possibility.
Well,
just like Josh Jacobs. Last year his contract, they're going to run him into the ground this year, and then they drafted that rookie running back Zaire White or something like that. Right. Zamir White, and so they're going to do the same thing there. Football is just not running backs is not a sustainable position in the NFL. You got to be ready to just keep going, and you can't be like, I'm going to win this contract, because unless you're Derrick Henry or one of them special guys, I feel like you're really expandable.
You got to put it on the back burner, like you said, and just play football. Because if you let that get you, you're shit out of luck, man.
Well, that's the thing. He'll get paid by somebody. So as long as he has a big year this year, somebody will pay him. It just probably won't be us, because we'll be ready to save some money. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, he's auditioning for another team, or we're going to resign him. But, I mean, we'll see.
I think we got to resign Jalen. Don't we want to save some money? I mean, I don't know, but I don't know our cap. But
yeah, true.
No, you need to. You need to. Here we got Scott Shelton. He says, close game, I'll take the W, but the offensive line has to do a better job. Hurts was running for his life, and it was and was it me, or did it seem like there was always someone in the back of Hurts of his blind side? Yeah, there was. I'll tell you, hey, you know what? It's only one game, but hey, in my opinion, what's his face? Hutchinson looks like the real deal.
I'm going to say Detroit brought like 6 to 7, 8 guys every single play. They didn't bring one normal rush all game. They were like, Jalen's going to beat us with his arm, and if not, then we're gonna hit him. Even though Jalen still destroyed him with his legs, and they tried to stop his legs
from the sides, from the middle, and just like Joey said with Hutchinson, like he has such good speed and great technique, like getting up under the defender, man. I'm telling you.
That's a huge reason I feel like Miles had a great game. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to – I think he's going to have a good season, but a really good game yesterday. Detroit was bringing 2 defensive ends to the same side. They were playing Hutchinson next to the guy –
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harris. They were playing them right next to each other. They were pretty like weak on the other side. So we were just going away from them 2 guys every play.
No, it really bothered me too. Your thoughts to officiating. There was so much holding, the unsportsmanlike conduct. You knew he was getting kicked out. The guy that punched, what's the name? But they didn't even announce it. Like the refs got to get their head out of their asses.
Yeah, the Detroit player. I was like, he's getting kicked out. I didn't even notice the first penalty on him.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, maybe it's preseason kind of for the refs too. You know,
Sure.
Mike Lauro says Dickerson had a bad game. I mean, hey, you know, offensive line is a lot about cohesion, and when nobody's playing together throughout the whole preseason, it's the NFL anymore. Like we say, I mean, like you got to survive in September. If you can have a good September record, then when October comes around, all of a sudden people start getting their rhythm in like October, November, and you want to be playing your best football. And like, you know, when the leaves turn is when you got to play your best football. But right now, you know, you don't want to get buried. If you play like shit the first month, all of a sudden you might not make the playoffs. So you got it right. That's why, like, you know, yesterday was, the saying, a win is a win is a win. I mean, they found, a escape in advance, you know?
You got to play a balanced team. Yeah. And even it out.
Scott Shelton, and the Eagles made the Swift running back look like Barry Sanders. That was my other concern. Well, I'll tell you what, that kid is pretty good, though.
He is good, but we've got to put, when we're going up against B's running back, dude, get Jordan Davis in the game more.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And honestly, they say he can't pass rush. Even if he can't pass rush, right? Exactly. He's still taking the attention of two guys just because of his size alone.
I'd rather him collapse that pocket because then that wreaks havoc, and then it gives more.
It gives us more out on the
ends because you're white, just like Paul said. I mean, something's got to give because he can blow up that hole and do some damage, just like you said.
See, I think they'll figure that out. I think that's stuff you figure out first 2-3 games of your season. Like, all right, you know what? This guy gives us better numbers when he's playing here. Because then you get some analytics, you get some numbers to back what you're going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn right. He has to stop playing patty cake ball and just play smash mouth. You know?
Yeah, that's right. I know, Paul, you were saying that yesterday when we were at Xfinity. I think you were asking me, like, yo, where the hell's Jordan Davis? I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to miss a dude that's like 340 pounds.
I know.
I know.
Well,
they said, like I said earlier, like when he was in there, they're averaging only 3.4 yards per carry. When he was out, it was over 10.
It's a different game, just like you said. Yeah. You know? But I can't wait for the secondary. Once Chauncey Gardner-Johnson gets accumulated. And
he played good yesterday. He had a couple pass breakups.
Yeah, he said he didn't play his best football, but he ready
takes away the middle of the field.
Yeah. Oh, just to get on the field after a trade and not know the system, the plays, I got to give him credit. So he's football smart.
I'll tell you what.
He had 5 tackles in the pass defense. Yeah, decent game.
That says a lot, man. For just getting traded and coming here and doing what he did.
No, he's a good player. He's definitely a good player. You can tell.
And he's young too. I love it.
Honestly, who didn't play bad yesterday? Epps.
Epps didn't play that.
Epps had like 10 tackles. He had 10 tackles yesterday.
He's fast. Like he's quick. You know what I'm saying? He gets the plays fast.
He's right to the ball. Yeah, man.
But he's not a good tackler.
Well, you know how you work on that? Practice.
Yeah, tackle more.
Well, he had 10 tackles, 8 solo, so he did actually pretty good yesterday.
He missed it. He missed that one for the touchdown.
Yeah,
early.
Yeah, I was going to say I haven't seen an Epps play that good since the program.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
Huh?
I knew that reference was coming.
I know. I know. I realize I probably play it out because every time I think of Epps, I think of Omar Epps. You know what I mean? But
nothing wrong with that.
I can't help
sports
it.
Movies.
By the way, if y'all watch you watch Raising Canaan? Do you have Amazon?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's stores. I'm sorry. It's actually stores. Raising Canaan, Omar Epps is in that, John.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Canaan's daddy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, don't you, Diego? He plays a good role in that, right? He plays the cop. Omar Epps plays the cop.
Plays a really good role in it. He's
yeah,
a good actor.
Yeah, he's Kanan's pot. Yeah, he's still good at, but it makes you feel old though, because you remember the program back in like the 90s, and dude was like all young, and now all of a sudden this dude's like a middle-aged cop, and you're like, shit, man, where the hell's the time going? You know
See, I don't know from the program. I know from Juice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, but I always think of him as the program, and then you know, and I'm trying to think like the guy that played the linebacker. I love the linebacker, dude.
Oh, he
starts a seat at the table. You know what I mean?
First team, and he puts his head through the window.
Yeah, that dude was cooped, man. He definitely was on the juice. That's for
Latimer.
Sure. Latimer. Yeah. So what do you? I don't know. So anyway, so we got the running game going. Any thoughts from some of the other games? I mean, oh, here we go. Hang on a second. I missed something here. We got
how about Dallas? How about Dallas? The season's over.
Yeah,
I know.
Season's over. So that's one less team. So now all we gotta do is compete with the Giants and the Redskins, and the Giants suck. I don't care if they won that game yesterday. They were losing by 2 touchdowns all the way to 6 minutes left in the game.
The dude missed the field goal, right?
Great game. They had 2 good drives the whole game. They blow.
Yeah.
The dude missed the kick. That's why they won. Yeah.
Yeah, they blow. And the Redskins, Carson Wentz looked all right. I know they played against Jacksonville, but we only played against the Lions, so you can say the same exact thing. He looked good yesterday, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Scott Shelton with a question here. He says, I love buying jerseys. What 2 players' jerseys are you purchasing? Well, I would say if you want to go offense, I would say A.J. Brown, because he's probably a safe bet because he's going to be here at least 3-4 years.
Devonta Smith will be here a little bit.
And then defensively, who the hell would you get? Maybe Hassan Reddick defensively.
I would probably try to get a Jordan Davis jersey.
Or Jordan Davis, yeah.
Jordan Davis. Kazir White, if he stays, I would like to get that.
Yeah, but you can't do that yet because they might not.
I always stay away from players that are probably not going to be here more than 2 years. I try to go with the young guys that at least got 4-year contract or whatever it is they get out the
way. I think it's just Scott's question: Nakobe Dean or Jordan Davis, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. If you're going defense, I mean,
hands down, AJ Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you could even go. I mean, how many? I mean, Slay's a little older, but he's probably got 2-3 years left, and then he'd be done. Because I have a rule: I won't wear a jersey of a guy that's still playing in the league. You know what I mean? So like, but if they're not playing anymore,
isn't Kelsey retiring after a year? You know, that's always going to be okay. Kelsey.
That's an awesome Kelsey. Number 62. Yeah, I would definitely get that.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Kelsey. And then I usually always have the quarterback. So I even have like random ass quarterbacks. Like when the pandemic started, I went out and bought I even have like a Rodney Pete John. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I took that John because I found a Rodney Pete on eBay for like $20.
You have a Kevin Cobb too, don't you?
I collected I went into eBay and I was like, I'm getting all these quarterbacks. So I got a Bobby Hoying, a Kevin Cobb, I got a Pete, I got a Ty Detmer.
Oh
I got a Ty Detmer because my thing was, Paul, remember I told you when all the bars and stuff were closed, I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to walk into a bar wearing like the most random ass jersey. I'll rock a Mamula John. You know what I mean? Like you
got Andy Harmon too, don't you? Andy Harmon.
I got Andy Harmon. Yeah. Except Andy Harmon was actually really good.
Yes,
though.
He was. Yeah.
Kent State. He was like that was back when
nose tackle. Yeah.
That was back when the draft was still like 12 rounds. They picked Andy Harmon in like the 11th round in 1991. And he came in and he was really good.
He was lights out, man. I got his jersey, my father's jersey. Yeah.
That was actually a really good draft. They took Andy Harmon in the 11th round. They took William Thomas like in the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah.
And they got 2 studs there, you know. That wasn't a as Matty B would say, that wasn't a Howie Roseman production, that's for sure. But Howie has had some good drafts though the last couple years, so we got to keep it real. So but anyway, so like we were saying, like we touched on the Cowboys, they're probably done. We kind of touched on the Giants and Commanders. Any other thoughts? I mean, I'll tell Pittsburgh, Cincinnati was a crazy
4 interceptions by Burrow, man. Wow.
Yeah. It made him look human. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
And it's a shame TJ Watt. I didn't see an update on TJ Watt today, but if
he's getting a second opinion. He's getting a second opinion now. So it's a torn pectoral muscle.
Third opinion from a doctor to see if he's going to be out. 6 weeks. But what they're saying, out for the season.
That's
a
a shame
too, because
he's a beast.
His brother had the same thing.
Yeah. That's a shame. What was your guys' impression on the Vikings game yesterday? Because was that a case of like Green Bay? Because Green Bay always seems to lose week 1 and then they win like 10 games in a row. You know what I mean?
Green Bay's trash this year.
Do shit.
What's this?
Green Bay's trash this year.
No, you get rid of arguably the best receiver in the game. You don't have anybody to replace him. You have like B-level receivers, the young guys, not on the same page. A lot of the passes he made yesterday were to rookies who didn't make the right routes, and he's frustrated. He was pissed off on the sideline. Until maybe further on and longer in the season, they get more adjusted. But I'm on more lines of what Diego's saying. Yeah,
I think Minnesota's just better. Minnesota actually is a pretty good team. I think they're an actual pretty good team. So
I do too. I think this game on Monday night's going to be a real measuring stick.
Yeah.
Because I think Minnesota's a lot better than people think. I really do. I think that Kirk Cousins, everybody says, well, it's Kirk Cousins, but I'll tell you, like, Kirk Cousins can make a lot of plays for you, and he hasn't had an offensive coach like Minnesota had. We did with Washington with Jay Gruden, but Jay Gruden was he was a dope.
Yeah, but this guy, like you said,
but this guy's a legit offensive coach, and dude, and Minnesota's got weapons. I mean, look. I mean, they got
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. You got Justin Jefferson. You got I think the kid Osborne's actually pretty good, and then of course you got Thielen. So
you got Jalen Reagor now.
Yeah. Jalen Reagor, Oh yeah.
You can't take Matson, Dalvin's backup, for
He's
granted.
pretty,
I mean they're gonna have a bitter taste in their mouth because the playoffs losing to us. I mean
we're home now, right?
Yeah,
it's Monday night here. Monday night. Yeah.
Can't take that game lightly though. Like I said earlier,
it's gonna be loud in here, baby.
Also, Kirk Cousins never wins in prime time.
No,
so that's a factor. I don't know what his record is. I have to look it up. But Kirk Cousins in prime time is like,
it's terrible. It's so bad. But I'll tell you what, if the Eagles don't get no pressure on him the same way they didn't get no pressure on God, they're going to get eaten up.
Yeah.
Well,
not too many weapons. Yeah, definitely.
He's definitely
and you got to contain Dalvin Cook, because if they do what they did with Swift, man, we're in for a long night if they let Cook run like that.
A lot of Jordan Davis, dude.
Yeah, has Kirk Cousins won a Monday Night Football? I don't think. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. He won at Soldier Field. Celebrates that first ever. How many Monday Night Football? He's got a 2-9 record on Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
But some of that was when he was with the Redskins, and they weren't really that good. So it's
I don't put nothing into that.
I think it's just coincidence. But I want the Eagles to win, so I'm looking at any advantage I could get. So you know what I mean. So hey, Kirk Cousins can't win in prime time. I'm going to say it. Nope. I'm looking for an advantage. But no, I'm only kidding. I hear you though. I think a lot of that is coincidence. It's like when you watch like a show and some JO's on there talking about betting, and he goes, "Oh well, they're like 1 in 10 against the spread since like 1970," and you're thinking, "Jerk off! This dude wasn't even in his dad's balls in 1970. It's 2022."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
So, but no, so the Vikings were impressive, and then looking around the league, you had that crazy Pittsburgh Cincinnati game. I mean, that was nuts, and then.
Joe Burrow. I mean, Pittsburgh just tried to give that game away over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the Colts game ended in a tie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colts Houston. Yeah. Colts Houston.
Yeah. I called that though, because like something about the Colts never play good on the road early in the year. Like, remember, like I think it was either last year or the year before. I think Jacksonville had like 1 or 2 wins, and they won week 1 against the Colts in Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Like the Colts just always struggle on the road at like those those AFC South places like either Houston or Jacksonville or wherever early in the year. They just find a way to lump up in them games.
Well, they got a tie. It's better than a loss.
Game. That was a close one.
Oh yeah. What were you saying?
I feel like a tie always happens like towards the end of the season. This tie in the first week, like if one of them are like competitive towards the end of the year, that can really change your decision making and how you're coaching a game and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like must wins become, you know, you can play towards a tie now.
No, I hear you, man. I mean, it's
even though I think both them teams are gonna be pretty trash too. So
who's that?
Indianapolis and Houston.
You think
Colts will be trash?
Both going to be trash? I think Indianapolis is going to be pretty good.
You think?
Yeah, Mike Lauro says here. He says best game yesterday was Houston and Indy. That was a pretty good game.
They had a lot of pieces in place there, though. Houston, Colts. They have a lot of pieces in place. You got the running back. Pittman is no joke. Leonard's the linebacker's best linebacker in the game. My opinion is over there. They have a lot of good pieces. He's got put together. And Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan, but he's
that's what I'm saying. If Matt Ryan's Matt Ryan, you are who your quarterback is. I feel like
he's reliable, but he ain't like he used to be. Put it that way.
They might make the playoffs just because that division's terrible too. You know what I mean? Like who they got to compete with it for? Tennessee.
Yeah, and I know they lost yesterday, and this isn't the only reason I'm saying this because it's like low hanging fruit because they lost at home. But I really don't think Tennessee's going to be that great this year. I think they're going to take a major step backwards.
They lost AJ Brown. That's a huge step backwards.
Exactly.
And Henry had a bad game yesterday too.
We got my man Keno Joaquim Stable. He says I think Captain Kirk is going to choke. Well, let's hope. And then I got man right here. My man Paul Spencer, you can check him out on the Out of Box Network. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Him and I and Mike Lauro do a show on Wednesday nights called College Football Frenzy. So check us out there. And Paul also does a Dallas Cowboys show on Wednesday nights and some UFC stuff. So check him out. Then we got Mike Lauro. He said Julio Jones looked good last night. I agree with him there.
Yeah.
I know Paul.
Mike Evans.
Yeah, I have him. Actually, they're calling Godwin's going to be out for a few weeks.
He's re-injured that knee?
No, he had a knee. Yeah.
Hamstring.
All right.
Was it hamstring? I thought it was a knee. Well, either way, yeah, he's going to be out for a couple weeks. Now they're saying Julio Jones is going to be, picking up the slack there.
Well, I'll tell you what, they need here we got Joseph Thies. He said, "Fly Eagles, fly." Hell yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll take that win. But yeah, I'll tell you, like Brady's going to need Julio Jones. What'd you guys? I wasn't all that impressed with Tampa Bay last night. By the way,
they kicked what? They kicked 4 field goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't
one touchdown to Mike Evans, and then rest for field goals. Yeah, and Dallas only scored 3 points. So all field goals, only one touchdown the whole game.
Micah Parsons was pissed because Fournette blocked him.
Fournette,
he called him a little bitch or something like that.
Yeah. Damn, that's a hurt piece. Mike Lauro, Godwin cost me $1,900 last night. Needed 6 more yards.
That's rough.
That's tough. Paul Spencer at the practice field. I'm bringing my 13 quarterbacks to start next week for these sucky ass Cowboys.
Yeah, Paul, you're done.
You better get Paul the best arm.
Maybe the Eagles will trade him Minshew. What do you think?
Nah, we can't help Dallas out unless we rake them over the coals and say, "Well, give us a second rounder." But you know what though?
Do you really think that's helping Dallas out?
No, it's not. And also, it hurts us because let's be honest. If Jalen Hurts is going to keep running 17 times, like our own Matty B said, he's going to probably get hurt. So you may need what's his face Minshew to play a couple games.
But check this scenario out. You do trade Minshew to the Cowboys if you want. Jalen Hurts gets hurt early in the season because he's running crazy. You don't want Minshew to come in here and steal you a couple wins. You want to be as bad as possible. So you fucking sign Carson Strong. You let that start.
No. We got Ian Book now.
The first pick of the draft.
We got Ian Book now. We got Ian Book now.
If the Cowboys want him, they can have Minshew. Because if Hurts gets hurt, I mean, Maybe look for another quarterback next year and get rid of Minshew. And you know what I'm saying? You sign Carson Strong to start this bitch this year.
I know. My man Mike Laura was on Carson Strong's bandwagon, dude. I think when they cut Carson Strong, my man was like lighting candles and shit, singing like "I Will Remember You" and stuff. You know. We got Paul Mancini here. He says you can't play a season with no quality quarterback to back him up. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So honestly, Minshew's not that backup, in my opinion. Quality backup. So
yeah, Joseph Tice again. He says they got to give us a first rounder for any play. We're not helping them or anyone else in the division. I agree with that.
I don't think it's helping.
Right, Paul Spencer. Now we're tanking. At least I hope so. It's the Cooper Rush show. God help me. Well, you know what's funny? Skip Bayless is such like a Dallas homer or whatever. Yeah. I watched a clip on Facebook today, and he was trying it. Now, I can't like Shannon Sharp looked at him like he was like he was like crazy because Skip Bayless was trying to sell that Cooper Rush could be as good as Dak Prescott, and I was just like.
Well, I mean, you couldn't get much worse than Dak Prescott yesterday. Before that injury, he looked terrible. Like nothing that Cooper Rush couldn't have looked like.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, we don't know how good Dak Prescott is. These weapons are a little weak this year. It's CeeDee Lamb and old Zeke. We don't even know if Schultz is good or not. He could be an average tight end at best. Tony Pollard's a backup running back at best. Injury. And now Dak's hurt. I mean,
Gallup's out too. Gallup's out.
I think he was going to have a rough season no matter what, dude. Losing Amari Cooper is huge.
Yeah. No, that was a big loss. I'll tell you that was an interesting game too. Cleveland and what's his face and Carolina. I mean, Cleveland winning that game at the last minute, and they don't have Deshaun Watson for 11 weeks, but Brissett already got them a win yesterday. Now they host the Jets next week. They could possibly Cleveland. They could win that. Cleveland. They could get to 2-0 if they can stay in it. And Deshaun Watson comes back. They have a chance to make the playoffs. Here's Paul man. I know we were kind of clowning Minshew, but I kind of agree with him. I think he may be a top 5 backup out there. Who you're going to get to be a backup who can win some games if called upon. I agree with Paul. I think Minshew's a decent backup because some of the backups in this league really blow.
Legit. He good against the Jets this season.
What were you saying?
I mean, he's probably top 5. How good is that?
Well, that's important for a backup quarterback, though. Like
it is, but my point is, if you lose Jalen Hurts, Minshew's not winning you a playoff game. It's not getting you to the playoffs. Well,
yeah, but Minshew could come in like he did last year against a team like the Jets, where if you say hypothetically you did bring in, like we were joking about Carson Strong, but say hypothetically you did bring in some rookie guy who really sucks. You lose that game to the Jets, but Minshew could do just enough to win you a game or two like that.
All right, well, okay, I'll take that back. If it's not barring serious injury, I meant like serious injury. Jalen Hurts, he's gone for the year. That's it. Kiss the season goodbye. Like you're back. He's not Nick Foles.
Well, I mean that's most teams though, right? I mean, like the Nick Foles year was like as Anthony Gargano always says, that was like the year of the blue snow. I mean that we were destined to win the Super Bowl that year, and Nick Foles. At times could be a very quality quarterback. I mean, the guy was 27-2. You know what I mean? Right. And Nick Foles had a lot of moments in this league.
Yeah. So if like I said, I was talking like major injury. Jalen Hurts going to be out all year. Gardner Minshew's a great quarterback to have if Jalen Hurts is going to twist his ankle a little bit and be out for a game. You get what I'm saying? Or Minshew's got to come in and finish a game off and win a game. Yeah, he's great. He's great for that. I'll give him that. Definitely a top 5 back up there. I just meant if Jalen Hurts gets hurt long term and you do trade Minshew to Dallas, then you got a really bad situation that could give you a great pick for a great quarterback.
Yeah, like that's what he's like. He's Paul Mancini's agreeing with us, says gives the Eagles a better chance to win a game than Ian Book. Well, Ian Book looks like he blows, and Strong or Sinnett. Well, Sinnett sucks.
Ian Book is out of Notre Dame, right? So you're familiar with
I agree with that.
You're familiar with him, Joe, aren't you?
Ian Book played for the Saints on Monday night like a year or two ago, and he was absolute trash.
Yeah.
I mean, he was trash. Nick Foles, actually, the quarterback 3. Or what's that name? Erhinger beat him out as quarterback 2.
Yeah, the guy from Texas, I think.
Yeah.
Same Erlinger from Texas.
Yeah.
Here's Mike Laura, re-sign Carson Nail. All right, start lighting the candles, bro. Start lighting the candles.
Get your incense.
Just give him the start Monday night. Just give him the start Monday night. Let's get to business here. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to win a Super Bowl.
By the way, Mike recommends that guy getting Carson Strong jersey.
Yeah.
Guy that wants the jersey, get him, yeah.
That's true. You could say the same thing with 30 teams in the NFL if the starter goes down. I mean, that's true. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
And any of these teams, I mean, if Pat Mahomes goes down, Chiefs are fucked.
Well, okay. What about
right.
what about Trey Lance? You got Jimmy G there. He's no slouch though.
Well, Jimmy G's not slouch. Jimmy G's got playoff experience. Like he can come in and win and take you on a ride, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, the 40. Well, actually, it's kind of funny because the 49ers might be with Trey Lance getting growing pains. The 49ers probably be better off starting Jimmy G. So they're a team.
Yeah.
They're a team where you're like, we're going to the backup, and you're like, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, San Fran shot themselves in the leg by not starting the season with Garoppolo. You can't go backwards now. You can't do that. They go back to Garoppolo. Now you got to stick out with Trey Lance, and if you started him too quick, you might have killed his confidence. You don't know if that's how his season starts. I think Trey Lance will be better than he was yesterday.
That's what his quarterback's like. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you got to time these guys out right.
What'd you say?
You have to time these guys, like time for them to take over the job right. Like if San Fran messes that up, Trey Lance has a terrible 7 games. Sometimes that kills a quarterback's confidence and they're never good again.
Yeah, the Bears going to the Super Bowl. Yo, they're really good this year. Remember that? Well, that too. But remember Planes, Trades, Automobiles, where they're like, where's your hand? Between 2 pillows. It's like those aren't pillows. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, Bears are really going to be good this year. Oh yeah, you know. Paul Mancini, Jimmy G will take over by week 6. I could see that, but like you guys were saying, like Diego was just saying, you're really going backwards in that case because if you know Trey, you invested a lot in Trey Lance. I mean, they gave up 2 first-round picks. That and if you wind up moving away from Lance, then it's hard to go back after that.
You can't go back. You can't go back to Jimmy G this year. You can't.
That's what. Yeah, this guy Paul says that. He says 49ers already messed their quarterback situation up. I totally agree. I think that was one of those things where management goes, yo, we gave the management sitting there and they're like, yo, we gave up 2 first-round picks for this kid. He may not be ready, but Kyle Shanahan, we pay you a lot. You get him ready.
Exactly.
And I don't know if that's the right move, It might not be the right move, but dude, he had a year already. You invested a top pick. It's like, hey, let me know if this kid's good. When's he going to be good enough? In his 5th year? Like, remember the one guy on our show was saying, give Jalen Hurts 5 years. Yeah, okay. Screw it. Just give him a 14-year contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? So you eventually do have to make that move. They gave him a whole year to get ready. It's like, all right, Jimmy G, like, you ain't going to win as a Super Bowl. We know that. Let's see if this kid is what he is. If not, what's our next plan for quarterback? I feel like that's what teams are always trying to figure out in this league. Or what's our next plan for quarterback when you have a mediocre quarterback? Like, honestly, if the Raiders don't win a division or get a playoff win, they better start thinking about, let's try to find a better quarterback than Derek Carr because he's not competing in this division. Yeah, I mean, and I'm a Derek Carr fan. I mean, because I think Derek Carr is a top 12 to 13 quarterback in this league, but to your point though, Diego, he's the 4th best quarterback in his division.
Yeah,
right.
And
so you as a Raiders,
that's a major issue, and also he's probably like the 7th or 8th best quarterback in the AFC because the AFC is just straight up. I mean, the AFC is a gauntlet for quarterbacks. I mean, you got Mahomes, Allen,
Burrows.
Yeah, Burrow. You got Lamar. You still got Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
You got Russell Wilson. I mean, what's that? What did I just name? 7 guys right there.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? And so where does Derek Carr come in after those dudes? You know what I'm saying? So Derek Carr is probably another guy or two after that. You know what I mean? So but let's be honest though. The Raiders' offensive line is trash though, bro.
It's fine, but the blame always comes back on your quarterback. Derek Carr is not a new experiment. Derek Carr has been in this league for a minute. It's like you're gonna win this year through this gauntlet of the AFC West. If not, like I said, that's a very hot seat for Derek Carr because you're a new organization. Not a new organization. You're going to a new city. You got to keep fans coming into the seats. It's either Derek Carr wins for you or you go draft a young guy and keep putting people in them seats.
I hear you. Chris Rapizzi with a comment here. He says, not sure if you guys listen to hip hop, but Philly rapper, who's that PBN rock Philly artist, got shot in LA.
Did he die?
I don't know. Yeah, Chris, let us know if he died. That's a shame. And real quick, because I want to move on to the Phillies before we get out of here. But real quick, Paul says, I stated weeks ago that 4 NFC high-profile teams are taking a step back due to lost O-line. Rams, Bucks, 49ers, Cowboys all lost 2 starting lineup for last year. So expect a struggle for these teams. Totally agree. Especially the Bucks, because the Bucks the Bucks have 2 offensive linemen hurt, plus Tom Brady's head's all messed up dealing with the problems with his wife and everything. So I mean, we all think Tom Brady's the GOAT, and he is, and but the guy seems like a robot. But I mean, let's be honest, that shit
kryptonite.
That shit affects you. You know what I mean? When you're not getting along with the wife or whatever, that affects you. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I want to move on to some Phillies here before we get out of here. But so let's move on to some Phillies.
They got the sweep. They swept the Nationals over the weekend, so that was a good weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
3.5 hour rain delay yesterday just to get that game in.
Hey, they got it in. They got the dub.
Hoskins with a 3-run shot and Baum sealed the deal with a 2-runner.
Yeah,
and it's good to have Sir Anthony
Dominguez back.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty solid on that. Kind of gives Robertson, who's been pitching his ass off, even though he's old, but can't give him that many.
Yeah,
innings,
well, I want to
touch 2 games, I think, already so far.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to touch on this road trip we got coming up, but before, let me give a shout out to our sponsors here. We got anybody that runs into some legal problems, like I said, not next week, but in 2 weeks, when you go down to FedEx Stadium, and you get into it with some Commanders fans, you might want to call this dude. Workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, criminal law. Call my man David R. Cherry Esquire, 610-565-0300, or you could go www.cherryinjurylaw.com. So make sure you check him out. And then we got let me see what we got right here. We got Philly Sports Trips here. Make sure you check out Philly Sports Trips. We got, you can see them all right on here. You got the next one coming up is Washington, but they also do Arizona, Houston, Indianapolis, New York. So, check those guys out. You also have a Birds Tailgate, September 19th. So check that out, a Birds Tailgate. Then we got right here, check out Eagles Game Day Live, 3 live shows, Edge of Philly Sports and the Painted Line. So check out pregame, halftime, postgame, www.eopsports.com. And lastly, make sure you check out all the shows on Edge of Philly Sports, including ours, the Sully Squad at 6 p.m. on Sundays. But all the shows,
Mondays.
Everybody. Yeah, what's that?
Mondays.
Oh.
Today's Monday.
Oh, all right, my bad. Yeah, I should know that. I should know that. I meant Monday. Well, I meant to say check out the Gobbler on Sundays too, and check out all the shows. So, check it out, Edge of Philly Sports and the Painted Line. So, yeah, guys. So let's get into Phillies with a good homestand. I was getting a little worried after that road trip.
Yeah.
But we feasted on some bad teams, and that's what you got to do. So what do you think? We got 3 starting tomorrow night with Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Miami was our kryptonite the last few years, but this year we've been kind of handling them. So what's your thoughts on this road trip coming up? 3 at Miami and then 3 in Atlanta.
Yeah, we have Falter going tomorrow against Alcantara. Yeah, you got a hard schedule.
Yeah.
You got the 3 with the
3 with the Marlins, 3 with
which
the
is we can win that. Braves again and then Blue Jays come into town, and Braves again. So we have a hard schedule, middle of the month here coming up.
Yeah, and I'm looking where we're at in the standings. I mean, we're 2 up on San Diego in the loss column. I believe 1.5 games up on them. We're 4 up in the loss column on the Brewers, but really it's 5 because we have the tiebreaker. So, to your guys' point, as long as we don't totally drop the ball and have like a 1-5 or an 0-6 road trip, if we can go a solid 3-3, and then come back home after that, we can keep this lead. And, maybe finally make the playoff. Maybe we could finally have a red October because, 11 years is a long time for a city of Philadelphia to not have playoff baseball.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul's got a question here. He says, when is Castellanos due back? He's been hitting well since mid to late July. Has anybody heard anything about Castellanos?
Nah, but basically with that oblique, man, you can't do nothing. You just got to let it heal. No swinging, no throwing. It's I don't know the severity of it, but you just got to take it easy.
I'm actually concerned. When's Wheeler coming back? Has anybody heard when Wheeler's coming? Because thank God Fulter's been pitching well. I know Sir Anthony's just come back, and that's huge because the bullpen, the bullpen has been, that's a worry with so many injuries.
They said they're not rushing Wheeler back because of the forearm tightness. They want to get him in his groove. As far as Eflin, I believe tomorrow night Eflin's up in Lehigh to do a pitch-in.
They activated him to the roster now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they activated him today. Yeah,
Keno says that's a hard schedule for the Phillies, and then we have a John Lieb fan, so somebody needs to give John Lieb a shout out. Peter, we will check on John Lieb and see if he's coming on a show. Peter's John Lieb's #1 fan.
He's probably sleeping.
We'll have to check. Yeah, he's probably sleeping, and we'll have to get him on for some mush picks.
Yeah.
So we got here Phillies with 8 games versus the Braves and the Blue Jays. If they can split those games, they're in. I agree with Paul there.
Totally agree.
Then we got Mike Lauro. Wheeler may be ready by this weekend. Well, that would be big.
Yeah, definitely.
And same thing here. I believe is about a week to 10 days out. All right. Well. Hey, you know what, though? The most important thing is the last thing you want to do is rush Wheeler back and then have him get legit hurt because, you ain't going to win shit without Wheeler.
No, just get him back as healthy as possible. You're I think get him back in 10, 12 days, 13 days. Stay where you're at in the standings. Get him 100%. Yeah. Get him ready for the playoffs with a couple starts. That's it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fulter has actually been pitching pretty decent ball, but let's keep it real. We don't want Bailey. I was gonna say we don't want Bailey Fulter going like game 1 against the Mets or the Braves or even the Cardinals. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what's ironic? So I'm looking at this playoff scenario here, and it's kind of funny because the way it works is 3 plays 6 and 4 plays 5. So, and hey, you're gonna have to play who you play. So I'm not going to be a pussy and try to play matchups. But if you really think about it, you're probably better off finishing 6 because you play the Cardinals if you finish 6, and then 6, and then then you would play the number 2 seed. If you finish 4th or 5th, you play either the Mets or the Braves. I'm sorry. If you finish 5th, you play either the Mets or the Braves, and then you got to play the Dodgers. But hey, you know what? Let's keep it real. Let's just get in. It's been 11 years. I'll take my chances.
Yeah, definitely.
Roll the dice, baby. Let's play some craps.
Fulter is the modern day Marty Bird for us. More for us older fans. Ha, Marty Bird. That's
Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I think he meant to say Marty Bystrom, but he said Marty Bird. But it's more interesting if we say Marty Bird because Ozark was no joke. I think he meant Marty Bystrom though. Cardinals have been the hottest team since August. That's true, but I still would rather. Well, let's keep it real. It's going to be tough whoever we play, but I would rather take my chance with them than I think the Mets and the Braves are better than the Cardinals. But I do hear you; they've been the hottest team.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how about Pujols? You think Pujols gets the 700?
Yes.
Yeah, he's only what 3 away now. He's 3 away now, isn't he?
697. He was at last night. Yeah, I see him getting it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get it.
He's just awesome, man. Because
you sent me what he did with that fan.
Yeah, a fan caught his ball. They played Pittsburgh. She caught the ball, 697. Her father passed away a year ago. She wanted to give it to Pujols. Pujols said, "No, keep it." He let her keep it, and he signed 2 other balls for her. So she came out with 3 balls.
Nice.
Yeah,
class act, man.
I was gonna say by Bob Walk. Yeah. I was gonna say by most accounts, though, a lot of people say Pujols is like a good ass dude. You know what I mean?
He's real big in the
he's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy you want to see get the 700. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and he doesn't, and he don't look like he did the roids.
Nah, he's straight baseball. Yeah, he keeps it real.
Speaking of that, does Aaron Judge does he beat Maris's record?
You know what? It's kind of scary. I think he does.
Well, I hope he does. I hope he does. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. All good things have to come to an end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you heard what's his face when McGuire and Sosa broke Maris's record, and obviously with the roids and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when
family.
McGuire really back in '98, McGuire really embraced the Maris family.
Yes.
Back at that point, but now since all the steroids and all that shit come out, the Maris family says they don't want anything to do with McGuire. Yeah, they don't like because they don't recognize him. They don't recognize him as breaking their father's record. Yeah, or probably their grandfather's record. I mean, I don't know how old.
Yeah, it's basically tainted. Wow, that's news. Okay.
Pat comes out with 3 balls on his chin. Okay, I don't know. I missed that. That was great.
We're done. That's for the Gobbler show.
Paul Mancini. Look at Pujols' career, first-time ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely,
definitely. Unless some JO sports writer, because somehow these sports writers have like personal problems with the guy. But Pujols seems like a good dude.
He's a class act, man, hands down.
Mike Laura, Judge will be a Dodger next year. Well, I don't. If the Yankees let him go, they're ridiculous.
That'd be a jackass.
But anyway, okay. So let's get ready to wrap up. So we said we'd hope for a 3-3 split, 3-3 trip. Diego, what do you think we do on the six? What do you think the Phillies do on the 6-game trip? And what do you think they do?
I think it's about a 3-3 trip.
Okay, Paul, what about you?
Well, actually, you're hoping for better, but I can see them. Braves is good. Braves always plays us tough, So and maybe even the Marlins steal one from us too. I think so. I'm hoping for 3-3. So I can even see them going 2-4 too.
Okay. I'm gonna say 3-3 because I think they take 2 or 3 from the Marlins, and I think we find a way to win 1 out of 3 in Atlanta. So I say 3-3.
4-3.
4-2.
4-2. I'm sorry. 4-2.
All right, and Mike Laura says 4-2. And real quick before we get out of here, Paul, to get back to Pujols. Paul Mancini says Pujols never really spoke much to the media, quiet but likable fella. Yeah, so he
couldn't agree more.
He probably gets in first ballot. So
absolutely,
he's definitely first ballot.
He is, man.
He deserves it anyway. So anyway, we are going to get ready to wrap up. Let's go. Oh, tonight, who wins tonight? Denver and Denver, Seattle. What do you guys think? Denver's favorite.
Denver all day.
Yeah, Denver definitely.
Right.
Russ gets to win against his old team.
Yeah,
Russ gets to win against his old team.
I agree.
All right.
Some bad blood.
I hope so too, because I think me and Diego both took Denver. So
yeah.
I have Javonte Williams tonight too. So let's go.
All right, let's go. So we're gonna get ready to wrap up here. Go Phillies, go Eagles. Next week we'll be back 6 o'clock. We'll be doing an Eagles pregame show because in essence, I guess, because they're playing next Monday night. So Anyway, make sure you check out all these shows. Here's the shows again, Edge of Philly Sports. Give us a like and a listen, and follow, subscribe if you like what you hear, and we'll see you guys all next week. Go Birds!
All right, guys.
Easy. Later.